Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online session. Already in the previous class, I told about the land distribution pattern, how land has been divided among the various farmers. We have seen three different types of farmers there: small farmers, medium farmers and large size farmers. And small farmers, they had only 2 hectares of land, and medium size and large size farmers, they had more than 10 hectares of land. And the next slide I told about the, capital requirement. So capital requirement, small farmers, where they will go, they don't have money. So where they will go? They will go to the money lenders who are staying back in that particular village. They will go to the landlords, money lenders or small traders. Those will be those who lend the money for rate of interest, for interest. As they were unable to repay the interest, what will happen? Definitely the lands will be taken away from them. The lands will be taken away from the farmers. This is the condition. The next one, labor facilities. Who is going to provide the labor? For small farmers, the land area is very small. They cannot engage the labor from outside. There is no money for them. What they will do? The activities are shared among the family members. So the family members, they will share the work. They will share the work. They will divide the work, and they will be, those people will be working in their field, as the quantity of the field is very less. When you talk about the medium size and large size farmers, they are had large quantity of land. So where they will go? They will hire the labours from outside. They will bring the labours from outside. They will pay the labours. Because the quantity of land is greater, they need the, they need the labourers greater. So they will hire the labours, and these labours will be paid for the service what they are doing. The next one I told about the sale of farm products. At once harvesting is over, what they will do? They will segregate the grains. Whatever they require for the family for that particular year, they will be segregating it. The remaining, the excess, they will be selling it in the market for profit. So we can call that excess after meeting the family requirement as a surplus. So up to that I have completed in the last class. Today we are going to talk about the non-farming activities. Already I told you farming is the main activity. Other than farming, we can see other non-farming activities also in Palampur. What are they? Dairy farming is practiced by some people. Some people, they have small manufacturing units. Some people are, shopkeepers there, those who run small business. Some people, they were able to operate the transport. Some people are transport drivers. So apart from agriculture, apart from farming, there are other non-farming activities. So people involved in different types of activities in village Palampur. So this slide completely talks about the non-farming activities in village Palampur. What is the first non-farming activity? From the picture we can very well say that it is dairy farming. Dairy, what is my dairy? Milk products, milk and milk products. So some farmers, they had, dairy is a common activity in many families. Natural, it is natural. As farming is the main activity, many people, what they will do? Along with agriculture, they will have livestock also along with them. Is it not? They will have cows and buffaloes along with them. So we can call it, what they will do? Apart from farming activity, they will milk the cows. They will sell the milk and milk products in the markets, and they will be getting price, and they will be getting profit. So they will have twin benefit. Some people, they will have, some farmers, they will have twin benefit. So farming is one benefit, agriculture is one benefit. What is the other benefit they are having? As they are having livestock with them, they will be having cows and buffaloes. So they can milk the cows and buffaloes. This milk is sold in the nearby villages and towns. As well as they can sell the milk products also for profit. So some farmers, they had twin benefit. So here when you talk about this slide, dairy is a common activity in many families of Palampur, because most of the people are agriculturists there, farmers there. So it is natural. So apart from farming, they will have livestock also along with them. People feed their buffaloes on variety kinds of grains and the jowar and bajra that grows during the rainy season. Natural, it is natural. So as they are having, cows and buffaloes with them, they have to feed the cows and buffaloes. So these cows and buffaloes are fed with different types of grass, and moreover they are fed with jowar and bajra. This jowar and bajra, I wanted to say, it is a coarse grain. What is this jowar and bajra? So jowar and bajra is a coarse grain. This jowar and bajra, we can call it as a coarse grain. So jowar and bajra, they are, what is that, coarse grains. So they are rough grains. These coarse grains, even people can, take these coarse grains as well as this, it can be given as a fodder to the, animals. So this slide completely talks about the dairy farming. It is natural that, so farming activity, those who are farmers, they will have livestock also along with them. That is nature. So here, cows and buffaloes will be there along with the farmers. They will feed the, cows and buffaloes with different types of grass. Not only grass, these cows and buffaloes are fed with jowar and bajra, which are coarse grains. So they had twin benefit. Apart from farming activity, they can milk the cow, they can sell the milk in the nearby towns and cities for profit, as well as they can sell the milk products also, dairy products also. So in non-farming activity, the first activity is dairy farming. The next one, we are going to talk about the shopkeepers of Palampur. We are going to talk about shopkeepers. Who are these shopkeepers? Some people, they wanted to have small petty shops. Some people, they had petty shops. Usually, these petty shops will be very attractive when they are closer to the railway stations, bus stands, as well as schools. So these petty shops, the people, those who run petty shops, they will be getting more profit when the movement is greater, where people's movement is greater. So particularly, they will have these small petty shops near the railway stations where people gathering will be greater, near the bus stands where movement of people will be greater, near the school we can see the school students. So they will be very much attracted towards the shop. So some people, they had small business. People involved in trade, exchange of goods are not many in Palampur. So when you talk about the village Palampur, there were shopkeepers, not many. Only few people were there, those who were able to run small shops in Palampur. The traders of Palampur are shopkeepers who buy various goods from wholesale markets in the cities and sell them in the village. That is natural. So people, those who are having small shops, even in your place you can see, even in our town we can see. Those who are having small shops, those who are running small shops, what they will do, how they will get the products? They will move to the towns and cities. They will move to the nearby towns where wholesalers will be there. So what these people, what they will do, what they need for their shop, what are the products needed by them for their shops, they will move to the towns. They will get these products from the wholesale market. So from the wholesalers are the people, those who are giving the product at a reasonable price. The price will be less. So whatever they need for the shops, they will move to the nearby towns and they will be getting it from the wholesalers at low price. And when these products are brought to the village, they will be selling it at a little higher prices. So this is one of the non-farming activity that is carried over in village Palampur. The next one, small scale manufacturing. Some people, they wanted to have small industrial units. They run small industrial units in village Palampur. For example, I can talk about the basket making. Some people, they earned money by, in bamboo, that is by basket making by means of bamboo. They got bamboo. Bamboo is the raw material for that. So they had small domestic units. There in the house itself, they will have the small domestic unit. The family members, what they will do? They will, they will sit together and they will be dividing the work. So one of the important small scale manufacturing is bamboo, basket making from bamboo. So they will get the raw material bamboo from the from the town, and with the bamboo they will be starting different types of products. They will be making different types of products. Mostly these manufacturing units will be in their house itself. They wanted to have small domestic units. Manufacturing in Palampur involves very simple production methods. So simple production methods, they were unable to spend greater. Is it not? So they cannot go for higher production. They are not aiming for a higher production. They can aim only for simple production techniques and are done on a small scale. So they cannot aim for large scale production. It is for a small scale. So unlike the manufacturing that takes place in the big factories, they cannot aim for the large manufacturing units which has been operated in the towns and cities. They cannot aim for that. So they have to arrange for capital, they need a place, everything is there, is it not? So with the capital whatever they had, so they can able to go for small manufacturing. Here I have given the example, bamboo, basket making, and the things that can be made from bamboo. So they are carried out mostly at home or in the fields with the help of the family labor. Already I told you. As they wanted to have small manufacturing units, they wanted to start these units, they wanted to run these units in their house. And labor facilities also, most of the family members, they will act as a labor. So when you talk about here, so this is also one of the important small scale manufacturing, that is bamboo, basket making from bamboo is one of the important activity, non-farming activity. As they are having only small capital, small amount of capital in their hand, they wanted to have a small manufacturing unit. Mostly they will operate these units in their house as well as in their field. And who will be the labor here? The family members, they will act as a labor. So through this small manufacturing units also, they were able to get money, they were able to get profit. So this is one of the non-farming activity. I already told about dairy farming, we have completed. The second one I told about shopkeepers of village Palampur. The next one is small scale manufacturing. The last one, transport. Some people, already I told you, as different types of transport facilities are available in village Palampur. Some people, they started to operate the transport, they were transport drivers. They not only move the people from one place to another place, they started to move the goods also from one place to another place. So there are variety of vehicles on the roads connecting Palampur to Raiganj, already I told you. This village has got a all weather roads, already I told you, Pakka roads. The roads are Pakka roads, that is made up of cement concrete. So these Pakka roads it helps them, it helps that village to integrate with the towns and cities, to interlink with the towns and cities, to interconnect with the towns and cities. So there were rickshawalas, tongawalas, jeep, tractors, truck drivers and people driving the traditional bullock cart and bogie, or people in the transport service. So here this chart completely talks about the transport activities. There are different types of transport available in village Palampur. Tongawalas were there, rickshawalas were there, jeep drivers were there, truck drivers were there, and you would have seen the people driving the bullock carts. And in the bullock carts you can see loads of jaggery will be there. So what they will do, this jaggery will be loaded in the bullock carts and it will be sold in the nearby towns and cities. And these, they ferry people, what is that ferry people? They will be carrying the people, they will be moving the people from one place to another place. Not only people are moved from one place to another place, even the goods also carried over from one place to another place with the help of the various transport facilities that are operated in village Palampur. So this is also coming under non-farming activity. So this slide completely talks about transport. So some people, they started to operate the transport. We can see different types of transport facilities. How is it possible? Because of the all-weather roads. As the roads are all-weather roads, they can able to link the village Palampur with the nearby town and the large village. And moreover, we can see different types of transport, like starting from bullock cart, we can see bogies, we can see rickshawalas, tongawalas, jeep drivers, truck drivers, tractors. And these vehicles not only move the people from one place to another place, even the goods also, after harvesting is over, what they will do, they have to move the goods from the supply local to the demand local. So the goods are arranged in the bullock carts, and not only in bullock carts, even other transports are also available. So the goods can be moved from one place to another place. So some people, by moving the goods as well as by moving the people from one place to another place, they started to earn money. So these are the non-farming activities that are carried over in village Palampur. So first one is, I told about dairy farming. Second one is manufacturing, small manufacturing. The third one is shopkeepers were also there in village Palampur. The last one I talked about the transport drivers. So these were the 4 different types of non-farming activities that were carried over in village Palampur. Thank you, children.